All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little afraid of the ocean, but I'm doing it anyway because it's got to get done. So I mixed up a custom collar here, and I made way too much, and I made a mess. So we're gonna do it. We're diving in, and I'm putting some more on top. This was just supposed to be a base, and I don't like the color, so that's the other problem with it is I don't like it. It turned out too green. I'm all about a green ocean, but this was just too green for me. And yes, this was an exploration of the tower and not the ocean, but that does not mean that I'm willing for the ocean to be subpar. I have to like all of it. So we're going in. Water. Ugh, water. Hey, again, it's not feet. It's not hands. And I'm not exactly going for ultra realism, so, if you get the idea that it's vaguely water, I've won. I think I like this. Okay, all right. I'm not unhappy. It's always nice whenever you get started and you're like, this is not a bad thing. I'm really hooked on texture. I gotta start trying to do some stuff without it again. I need to get back into doing some more watercolor. I was really into it for a while. I need to do some more just to maybe pay a little less attention to just texture all the time, because I have gotten addicted to texture. I love it. I love it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just also all about stretching yourself and like doing the hard thing and not just doing what you're comfortable with. I do texture because I know I can do it and I can be successful with it and I can do something that looks good with it and it's my thing. And it is my thing. And people have signatures for a reason. And so there's nothing wrong with having that be my signature. So I embrace that. But at the same time, I totally dig the idea of pushing yourself outside of that signature and being like, okay, well, this is something that's not what I do, and it's not what I do because I find it very difficult. Hello, hands and feet. My theme. But then pressing yourself to do it because it's not your thing, so that you can grow and improve. I dig that. I think that's super cool. I love people who do that. I need to do that more. So that was my only point there, was that I need to get back into doing some things like watercolor and other media that I have done in the past that might be a little less, whoa, that was a big dollop, three-dimensional and a little less texturized. Not that it's always less, because it can certainly also have that feature, but so that I rely on that less and stretch other things. I used to do, when I was a kid, I used to do a lot of charcoal. And man, I haven't done that in probably, I mean, it's been years, but it hasn't been, I was going to say like decades, but I don't think it's been that long. But it's been a long time. But that's a really nice practice area that I should also get back into. And just back to some basics, some figure drawing, light and shadow. Oh my gosh. Back to basics. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. There's a reason you learn it. All right. I think when that dries, I'm going to be happy with it as a first, well, as like a fifth layer. Yeah, like a fifth layer at this point, maybe more. I'll wrap that in plastic. You are not okay there. You don't look like a wave. You don't look like a wave. You don't look like a wave. Neither do you. Neither do you. There we go. All right, we'll let that dry. And then I'll come back in with some more, as well as some of the ones hitting the base of the rock. Actually, can I go ahead and do some of those? I think I can go ahead and do some of those. Oh, this is scary. Yes, yes. This makes me want to visit a lighthouse. Makes me want to go to like Cape Hatteras or something. Oak Island. I don't know other area lighthouses that well, or I would speak to more. I spent a lot of time as a kid in North Carolina, in the Carolinas, really, not North Carolina, in the Carolinas, North and South, because I actually grew up in South Carolina. As you will, as is evidenced by one of the other books I have coming out, that is set. The first one is set in rural South Carolina. And there's a reason why it is set in rural South Carolina, because I had familiarity. So that one will be coming out in some months, but that is actually another one. It's not actually set in any existing place. I made up a place so that I didn't have to remember the geography or keep up with the geography of an existing place. I made up a place. But yeah, I grew up and I know kind of those lighthouses, but not lighthouses more broadly or internationally or anything like that. So, and this makes me think of a lighthouse every time I see it. It's not really. I mean, I guess kind of it could be in a metaphorical way. There we go, getting some spray. This is probably a little wet to be doing this. Then again, maybe it's working. I'm not a patient person. It's a problem, and it's also probably one of the keys to my success. I wait for no one. And I do not wait for paint to dry. And while sometimes that can be bad, sometimes that has worked out very well for me. Because I will just push that cart and wait for the horse to catch up. Oh. I hear a kitten. I hear a very small kitten speaking to me. I'm going to go and attend to a very small kitten who is speaking to me. I will return. All right, well, that was fun. Cat interlude. I like cat interludes. Kinterludes? Is that a kinterlude? A cat interlude? Kinterlude. She was very happy to be returned to the house. She thinks she's all adventurous. And then she gets separated from her sisters and she's like, what? What? And she is not so adventurous anymore. All right. I like this. But now. But wait, there's more. I don't want the blue. I need white. And yes, I am putting it straight on now. Because I really want it saturated. This is foam. I am forever scarred. Oh no, that was a lot. Yikes. I'm forever scarred by how much seafoam I just put on there. Whoops. Now I'm forever scarred by seafoam. I'm one of the kids who had the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales growing up. I had the whole big book of all the like original, I guess, tales of like The Little Mermaid and all of those. So, like, I read the original Little Mermaid, where she turned into sea foam. She died. I read the original Cinderella, where the sisters cut their toes off and died. And I mean, it was horrible. The horrible, horrible original Sleeping Beauty. I don't even want to talk about that one. That's just awful. That's just awful. But yeah, I read all of those original ones. So I remember whenever the Disney cartoons came out, I was like, this is a fascinating take on all of these. Because it was not, those are not the original stories. Those are definitely not the original stories. They are sanitized versions, as we all know, but always have been kind of scarred by Seafoam because of the original, which is probably not the original Little Mermaid. I'm sure it's not the original Little Mermaid. I'm sure that's a retelling of a retelling of a retelling of a retelling. Are you guys? Ooh, sorry. It just hit me that I was leaning over like this, and I was like, "Are they looking at like the back of my head?" I should have checked that first. I apologize if you are. I think I probably even have a bald spot back there at this point. So you guys can tell me about that. Please do. Inform me. Let me know what's going on. Yeah, I like this blue more. This is good. I like this. This is good. This is good. This was a good choice. Much better. I like it when a plan comes together. I'm pretty sure there was a lighthouse. I'm returning to the lighthouse conversation. Jumping around. We lived in Litchfield Beach when I was little. Like, little. We're talking like 6 years old. So, excuse me for not remembering. But I'm pretty sure there was a lighthouse there. What the hell is the name of it? I can't think of it now. But yeah, I feel like there was a lighthouse there that you could go in. I can never keep all of them straight when you get in that area, though, because there's so many. Haha, there we go. That's what I wanted. How much do you want? I want more. All right, there we go. That's it. And then let's travel. Travel. Spin. And singing helps. It really does. Helps me, so that matters. And it does help some people. And you know what? If it does help you, that's all that matters, right? That's important. That's super important. If it helps you, that is kind of all that matters. And doesn't hurt anyone else. That's important too. It can help you and be painful to someone else or be obnoxious to someone else, and then that needs to be something that's talked about and dealt with as if you're in an office environment or in a group environment or in a society, needs to be dealt with as a group. You can't just say to heck with other people. That's not how other people work. That's not how it works to live together. Boy, can you tell I was a teacher. I get obnoxious. That's got to be hard to live with. You can ask Jesse about that sometime. That's got to be tough. I annoy myself sometimes. All right, then it's going to get another layer of some clear over it to give it texture. But that's good. Some dimensionality. Let's give that a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. A little bit. How much do you want? I want more. Actually, I don't want more of that. I get very physical with my painting. But I have a tendency to do that, period. Because I stand up when I type a lot of times. Like I have a standing desk, so I'm up and down when I'm typing. So that's a thing for me. And I hop sometimes whenever I do that. So I have a tendency to be very physical as far as that goes. And heck, I'm one of those people who I get excited about food and stuff and I'll hop and dance. So I am a physical person. So that should not be surprising. All right. I like where this is going much more now. Man, that's cool. I hope you guys can tell some from the camera. Just kind of the depth of color that starts to happen. And the way that this starts to play with the light in these places where I work it a whole lot. It just is really, it's fun. I really like this stuff. The texture, the way it works with light, the way it pulls color from other areas. It's neat stuff. It's really cool. And it's one of the reasons I do have a hard time working with anything else.